Have you ever been in that awkward situation where you with two friends who don't know each other, and you just stand there silently praying they'll introduce themselves? It's a moment we've all experienced. Well, the history of introductions is more fascinating than you might think, and it reveals a lot about how human societies have evolved. Let's travel back in time. In ancient and medieval societies, your identity was largely defined by your family, your tribe, or your social rank. When you met a stranger, the first thing you needed to know was whether they were a friend or a foe. An introduction wasn't just about being polite, it was a matter of survival and security. Think about the classic handshake. It's widely believed that this gesture originated as a way to show you were unholding a weapon. By extending an open, empty hand, you were signaling peaceful intentions. It was a physical demonstration of trust before a single word was spoken. You couldn't just walk up to a duke or a baron and say, "Hey." There were strict protocols. A person of lower social standing had to be presented to someone of a higher rank, never the other way around. An announcer would often declare the person's full name and a long list of their titles. This wasn't just about pomp and circumstance. It was a way to reinforce the social hierarchy. It clearly communicated everyone's place in the world, preventing social missteps and maintaining order. The introduction was a public acknowledgement of status and power. Then came the Victorian era, in the 19th century, a time obsessed with etiquette and social rules. This is when the art of the introduction really blossomed for the growing middle class. Etiquette manuals became bestsellers, filled with detailed instructions on every social situation imaginable. For example, a man was always introduced to a woman, and a younger person was always introduced to an older person. The who-to-whom rules were incredibly specific. It was believed that a proper introduction was the first step in building a respectable social network, which was crucial for business, marriage, and social climbing. Making a clumsy introduction could be a major social blunder, damaging your reputation. As we moved into the 20th century and now the 21st, society has become much more informal. We don't have court announcers, and we don't usually worry about introducing a commoner to a lord. Yet, the core principles remain surprisingly relevant. When you introduce to people, you're still bridging a gap and creating a connection. You're giving them a starting point for conversation and making them feel included and valued. Saying someone's name and maybe a small detail about them like, "This is Sarah. We work together and she's an amazing graphic designer," gives context and helps break the ice. It's a small act of social generosity. So, the next time you introduce two people, remember you're taking part in a tradition that's thousands of years old. You're not just saying names, you're building trust, showing respect, and weaving the social fabric that holds our communities together. It's a simple skill, but one with a rich history and a powerful impact. Thanks for watching. If you found this interesting, don't forget to like this video and subscribe for more dives into the history of our everyday habits. See you next time.